Jamie, you're first. Welcome to the webinar. Good to see you. Give everyone a couple minutes to jump in here.
Adam, do you think you're going to be interrupted by an animal at any point during this?
This is my second call of the day, and on the first one, I had a screaming orange cat and then a Boston Terrier come back from a walk. Very excited to tell me all about it.
Yeah, I think I probably will as well. There'll be a cat tail or something on the screen soon.
It just wouldn't be a Vetstoria webinar without a tail or a meow or a bark. Imagine if we all worked in dental care, huh? That'd be weird. People just brushing their teeth in the backgrounds of our webinar. Give people a couple more minutes to jump in and then we'll jump into the webinar. Does everyone here who's here know how to use the chat? Where's everyone coming from? And does anyone have a weird accent like me? Or do you have the weird accents? I never know. We'll kick off in about 1 minute. Anyone has any questions, add them into the chat and we'll keep them in mind for the rest of this.
All right, shall we go? Let's go.
Let's jump in. Today we are talking about mastering your digital presence to attract and retain pet owners. I'm Adam Greenbaum, the CMO of PetVisor, which is the parent brand of Whisker Cloud and Vetstoria. And I'm also the founder of Whisker Cloud. And today I have...
Oh, that was my cue that I missed. Hi, I'm Robin. I have previously been at Vetstoria, and now we get to work across all the cool brands at PetVisor. So lots and lots of cool new stuff to talk about. I've been here about a year and a half. I'm not the founder, unfortunately, like Adam, but I've been here a little while now. And my background before that is in reviews, so at Trustpilot, if anyone's heard of it. But yeah, excited about this topic.
I like how you said unfortunately about not being the founder. That means you've slept and had carefree weekends over the last couple of years, which is really exciting. All right, so we'll jump in here. So why are we having this discussion today? Pretty simple. Many Gen Z adults would put their pets' need ahead of their partners and their kids or future kids they were buying a home. Can confirm, I've been in that bucket. So today, for this entire presentation, we're going to talk about Sarah and Fluffy. Sarah just adopted a new puppy named Fluffy. Fluffy is family, and Sarah will go to great lengths to find a clinic that meets Fluffy's needs. So what is Sarah looking for? She wants to fully trust and provide, fully trust the care that the clinic's going to provide. Obviously, exceptional customer experience, lots of reviews, and they're located near home or work. That's what we all want. So, how's Sarah going to find the clinic? If you're watching this and you're wondering, how's Sarah going to find me? Well, what do we all do? You're traveling, you're looking for a restaurant or a hotel, you're looking for a dentist near you, whatever it might be. What do we all do? We pull out our phone, we search veterinarian near me, dentist near me, Italian food near me, and we find who comes up at the top of Google. Why is that important? Because 50% of the clicks go to the first person at the top of Google. Really important. So, okay. So Sarah's found 8 to 10 clinics. They rank high. They look good. What's next? We got to narrow that down to 2 or 3. That's when Sarah will start reading reviews on the clinics. What's the rating? All right, well, this one's 4.8. This one's 4.7, but they have 100 more reviews. So those are all factors that Sarah's going to take into account. So Sarah now might have two that she's trying to decide between. Well, now I'm going to go to their social media pages. I want to learn about how they communicate with customers, what type of content they put out. Fluffy is my baby now. Who's going to be supportive, not just when I'm in the clinic, but who's going to be supportive year round and provide me with great information, whether it's direct emails through the website or on their social media. And then finally, speaking to friends and family, hey, I'm looking at these 2 vet clinics. Have you worked with any of them? Oh, you go to this one. Can you tell me your experience? So that's how Sarah's going to find it. Now, how do we attract Sarah to your clinic, right? Because we're talking about a hypothetical clinic, but now we're going to put you as the veterinary clinic that wants Sarah's business and wants to take care of Fluffy, right? So obviously, like I said, you want to rank at the top of Google. That's what everyone wants. There's an old joke. Where's the best place to hide a body? The second place of Google, second page of Google. So true story. Not many people scroll past the 5th or 6th option on Google. So SEO is incredibly important. Reviews, we all do it. Looking at a new restaurant, looking at a hotel to stay at, looking at airlines, we all look at reviews. It is so important not just to have great reviews and not just to have a lot of reviews, but it's great to have recent reviews. People want to know, have they been good for the last 6 months? It's great if you got 10 5-star reviews 3 years ago, but I would assume that a lot's changed in the last 3 years. I want to know how you're doing last week. Big part of this, obviously, I say this is the founder of Whisker Cloud, is a modern mobile responsive website. For the websites that Whisker Cloud manages worldwide, there's a couple thousand of them. 7 out of 10 people that go to our websites are on a mobile device. So, I always invite people, go look at your website on a phone, pull out an iPhone, pull out an Android, just go through the website. Is it easy to use? It might work, but is it easy? Can you book an appointment? Is it easy to find hours on pages other than the homepage? Where's it hosted? I can tell you all that 15 to 20% of new customers that have come to Whisker Cloud over the years came to us because their website was either down for long extended periods, they had hacking issues, or they just had slow websites. So things like premium hosting, having an SSL certificate that protects you and the users of your site, so important. The things that are really important to me are showcasing your team. And I know vets don't always love to do that, but I got to tell you, for someone like me and the way I feel about my dogs and cat, it's just so important for them to get to know you and to get to know who you are, what you care about. I have a Boston Terrier who's had a lot of allergy issues. So guess what? When I see a vet that's, has a particular interest in dermatology, I perk up. That's exciting. We're going to speak the same language. Think about it the same way you're booking a hotel for your next trip. You want to see pictures of the room. You want to know the size of the room. You want to know the amenities. No different. I want to see the team. I want to know who's going to be there for Baxter, Sophie, and Nala when they need them. And then premium service at every touch point, right? You can have a $1 million website from Whisker Cloud. It won't matter if that attracted them and then they show up and they don't have a great experience. So this has nothing to do with any technology. This is just about the culture you set at the clinic and how you want to treat people. But it should match the website, the SEO, the messaging online, and the reviews you're getting. If everything's great, you're going to attract Sarah and Fluffy for a long time and all future Fluffy siblings. So we want to hear from you. I just talked about a lot of stuff. A poll just popped up. Do you know terms like SEO, Google reviews, SSL certificate? Do they mean anything to you? I just found out that I can't vote, but in case anyone's wondering, they mean a lot to me, the world to me. So take some time to vote in that poll, please. That'll help us to see where you're at and help us create future content. Give everyone a second to vote there while we're pulling that up. All right. So why is this all important? Look at the results. So 50%, I've heard much about them, but don't know much. We have one person who's heard nothing, and then 2 people who know about all of them. Okay, so that's a pretty good split, pretty much what I would expect. And to the one who's never heard of any of them, I'm giving you my home phone number. You can call me after this and we'll talk for a couple hours. So why is this all important? It takes a person less than a 2/10 of a second to form an opinion of your brand when they visit your website. That means literally before they've even seen the page load, they kind of know, oh, this is a nice website. This is attractive to me, things like that. Really important. 75% of people base credibility of a business on the website. I can tell you for me, it's 100%. I won't literally go to a restaurant that has a bad website because I just assume they don't wash their hands when cooking my food. So if you don't care about the website, you probably don't care about the customers, you probably don't care about cleanliness. That's where my brain goes. 94% of people won't trust an outdated website. Now that's true too. Imagine going, opening up a vet site and saying, we're closed 4th of July, 2022. In my brain, I would say, oh, they've been out of business for a couple of years, but you might not. So outdated websites, old messaging, things like that, really important to stay on top of. And then 70% of small businesses miss calls to action, which is the point of everything that we do here at Vetstoria and Whisker Cloud, right? The point of this is that the website is not our online business card, even though it acts as that. It is a portal, it is the brain trust. It is where all of those awesome social media posts you put out, it is where they go back to. All of the paid ads you have running, it is our hub to drive them somewhere to get information and to hopefully get them excited about becoming clients of our clinic. So that's really important. So what are the must-haves for a website? Now, I always put premium hosting and security at the top. Why? Because if your website's down, that doesn't really matter if it's mobile responsive or accessible. You have strong calls to action. If a website's down, a website's down. It's useless. If a website's been hacked, it's useless to us as well. Mobile responsive and custom are the most important things. I have 2 dogs and a cat. They're my world. They're our kids. I don't want a cookie cutter website because that's how I would find a vet. And if it looks cookie cutter and they don't know what's great about them, they're not going to see Sophie Baxter and Nala. This is something that I've seen literally every company on earth other than Whisker Cloud fail on is clear and accessible contact details on all pages of the site. I think what's really important is it's easy for us to assume people will see the homepage and click through and go to the contact page or click on a location and hours page. But in reality, someone is searching for a pet dermatologist or a pet dental care, and they will land on that page. And if you don't have a call to action or your hours on that page, we're not going to assume that that person will find their way to a page that does have the hours. And finally, a strong call to action to book. We all care about pets. We all care about pet health care. And the only way that you can provide great care is if someone becomes a customer and books an appointment. And the only way to do that is with a call to action. So, I know it's hard to want to push people to book appointments, but that's what we want to do on websites. And that's what makes the Whisker Cloud Vetstoria pairing so great is you can have a great website. And at 8 p.m., when you're closed and no one's there to answer the phones, someone can book a website, book an appointment right on the spot. The next thing is detailed information about the services you offer. Yes, I know you offer wellness care. I know you offer dental and senior care and puppy and kitten packages. That's what everyone offers. But this is your chance to talk about laser therapy, acupuncture, end of life care, mobile care, anything you do that makes you stand out, anything you do that makes you special. It should be on your website. Again, we do not want to assume that anyone knows anything about you when they go to your website. In fact, what we focus on is driving new users and new potential clients to your website to book appointments with Vetstoria. So let's assume that no one knows anything. As I said earlier, profiles and photos of clinic staff to build trust and familiarity. And then obviously we want to have social proof on the site, right? You go to Amazon or you go to these online retailers, you're looking at a product. What's the first thing we all do? We go look at reviews and we look at recent reviews. Is this product good right now or was this good 3 years ago? No different for your veterinary clinic. So obviously, Whisker Cloud, I'm the founder of that. We've built thousands of websites worldwide. We now work with Vetstoria, Pet Desk, Contact all in one. So we're able to integrate everything all in one. And again, your website should look great on any device, whether it's tablet, whether it's a phone. And I think the other thing that's really important is your website should show your personality. And, at the end of this presentation, I'm going to pull up a couple sites because I'd love to show everyone some of the cool stuff Whisker Cloud's done. So we'll walk through that at the end. But, when you're looking at a website, this is important to think about what people are going to see, right? Because we look at a website, or you might go to a website and not think of these things. What's the phone number or address? It should be at the top and it should scroll with the page. Call to action at the top. I mean, you're looking at a custom Whisker Cloud website that also has Vetstoria. And before anyone even has to scroll, and I know you might be thinking, well, why is that important? Because I know through our analytics that about a third of people stay here and never scroll. So what's the point of the website, right? Like, obviously we want them to look around, but in reality, we want them to book an appointment. So before anyone scrolls, they have two buttons to book appointment. They both go to a page that has a Vetstoria booking widget built in. They have the booking widget, and then obviously like easy access to online store. We have a menu. They have a message that they're accepting new patients, calls to action. I mean, this is everything you want on a website, so no one even has to scroll. It's like, great, everything I need is right here. And then obviously, if you want a custom website, Whisker Cloud builds very, very custom websites. So you can get as crazy and wacky as you want with colors and fonts. And, I've worked with the team at my vet going on 6 or 7 years, and we've gone through 4 or 5 different website builds for them. And you know what? I love it. As they've evolved and grown and added locations and added new branding, we've been there to help them every step of the way, which has been a lot of fun. And, something I invite you all to do at the end of this is look at your website, pull it up on a phone. Does it load quickly? Does it have calls to action? Does it display your hours on every page? Does it have an SSL certificate? The way to check that is look up in the URL bar on Chrome or Safari, and to the left of it, you'll see a padlock. If the padlock is closed, you should feel good. If the padlock is open, call me. We can help you with that. We'll talk you through it. I said, call me, Robin. Like, they all have my phone number and you just like text me, hey man, can you help me with my SSL? So, I invite you to do this exercise. And also, I mean, I think, hopefully after this webinar, you'll start looking at all websites like this, right? You'll be looking for a new restaurant down in the Mayfair area, celebrating a fancy night. I was just in London, so I know things now. You're out in Chelsea wanting to find a good seafood dinner, and look at the restaurant before you fill out anything. If there's no SSL certificate, don't touch a thing. So again, just to kind of recap, websites should look amazing on all devices. There should be calls to action. You should have, your reviews, your services, things like that. It should be able to be used like a desktop website from any device. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is social media, because just like a website, social media is really important. We want to extend your brand from your website to your online presence. That includes social media, that includes ads, things like that. So, it's really important to be active, engaging, and like, Facebook, Instagram. I've seen some vets getting into like X and LinkedIn. High quality branded visuals, right? Like, it's really, we all want to have really high engagement numbers. We'll just post puppy and kitten pictures all day. But if we want to actually build a brand, and think about the brands you love and go look at their pages, they're consistent. They have brand guidelines. They have graphics that tie into their website, use similar fonts and colors. They showcase their clinic. They post regularly. They showcase testimonials. They have pictures of the staff, so you know what's going on, what it's like behind the scenes. And most importantly, online booking and calls to action are not just for your website. If you're talking, even if you say, hey, I want to go have a big day, I want to go get 50 likes on this post and get 10 comments, great. You can do that. Link back to your website. This is Baxter's first day, Baxter the puppier. We'll go back to Fluffy, right? This is Fluffy's first day at the practice. Fluffy's coming in for a wellness exam. We have a full puppy wellness plan. We're so excited to welcome Fluffy to the clinic. Here's a cute photo of one of our RVTs holding Fluffy. Life's great. If you're interested in having your puppy have a great first visit, click here to learn more about our wellness plans. And then, of course, they'll go to that page on the site. Doesn't matter what device they're on, and they'll book an appointment. So really important. And just reputation management, right? It's not just Google reviews. This is responding to people on social media, being active and engaging, and really building community, and not just posting to post. So again, showcase the website, showcase your brand, add your logo to it, make it look good. We want to showcase behind the scenes. We want to showcase if we have a new site. We want to showcase things like checkups for diabetic pets. You know, how many customers do you have that have diabetic pets? One post might remind them to go, you know what? I need to go in and see them. So anyway, really important stuff. And now I'm going to turn it over to Robin. We have another poll before we start with Robin that should be popping up on your screen.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. So this one is about reviews. So we're just curious, when's the last time you checked a restaurant's review before you booked it? And actually, maybe don't even just think of restaurants, think of anything that you bought or anywhere you went or anything you did. How often are you checking reviews? I just realized I can't vote as well. Same realization, Adam. Cool. So we'll see. Yes. Recently, good. I'm pleased with the results of that. Otherwise, this next couple of slides would have been poor. But 83% saying they always read the reviews and they've done it recently. And 17% don't read reviews at all, which is fair enough. But yes, so it's really interesting, the review side of it. I'm a bit biased. My background is in reviews. I think Adam's driving this presentation. I might need to go to the next slide. Yeah, there we go. So 98% of consumers say they're more likely to have read reviews for a product they've never used before. So while this is a generic stat, it represents so much about like how important reviews are for everybody, as does the poll we just ran. People just do read reviews. They absolutely read reviews before they do things, and there's so much you can do with the reviews as well. So on the next slide, we've got a couple of points on how to use reviews. So first of all, I think I've talked about this a little bit already, but the importance of them. People read them. That means they're important. And people make decisions based on them. So it's kind of, how do you want your clinic to come across when people are looking at it and looking at what other people are saying about it? You know, it's the most, obviously people, I can't remember the exact data on this, which I could probably look up afterwards, but people trust it far more than things like influencers or what a business says about themselves. They're really, really important. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you get some. People do leave organic reviews. They will sometimes just leave you a review. There is a bias towards a negative. People like to, if they're going to just decide off of their own back, they want to leave a review. Sometimes it's because they're furious. Sometimes it's because they're very happy. But it's much better to make sure you get a representative sample of everyone that's coming to your clinic. If you ask nobody to leave a review, you won't get very many. If you ask everybody, you'll get quite a broad sample and it will give a way better, more accurate picture of your clinic. So you can ask people when they come in, you can follow up with an email after visits. You can put it on your social media and say, if you've been in recently, please leave us a review. There's lots of things you can do to actually get people to leave reviews, but it's important to ask. Otherwise, you might not get any. Point 3, I think, is my favorite. So lots of you said you check reviews. I can guarantee most of you will scroll past all the good ones until you see a bad one. It's human nature. We really want to read the 1-star review and what they did wrong. We're not that bothered about what they did right. So the most important thing is responding to that negative review. A negative review that's been handled well is worth so many positive reviews. If you see someone comment and say, they were great, it was amazing, and they're just scrolling through those, and then you see someone say, they double booked my appointment, and I had to wait for half an hour, and you see a response in there that says, we're really sorry this happened. This is not up to our normal standard. Next time you come in, we'll make sure that you get a 10% discount on your vaccination for Fluffy. People are like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. They've had us, everyone has, no one's perfect. No one trusts a fully 5-star reviewed company. People want to know what's actually happening, and mistakes do happen. No one's perfect. So responding to the negative reviews is super important. So now you've got your reviews. You can use them to market your clinic. Google loves user-generated content. People love user-generated content. It is just more content that you can use on your social media, on your website, all of those kind of things. You can add it into everything. Those are public, they're all public reviews. You can add them onto your social media page, onto your website. You can use them when you're emailing your customers and pet parents. And it's a really good way of like positive publicity and building your own brand and those kind of things. Um, it's a really good way to engage with your clients. I'll combine this with the last one, but it's a really good way to say to them, we are listening to you. So if they leave, you take the time to leave a review, engage with them. Sometimes it might be publicly on the review, which it should be as well. Sometimes it might be talking to them. Often it should be used to learn. There'll be themes, there'll be things that pop up a couple of times. So it's a really good opportunity to actually learn as well. Maybe you have someone's moaning about it being their cat is in the same area as the dogs and it's just too loud and overwhelming for their cat. If you get a few of those, they're things you can learn from. And if you don't get that feedback, that you know, they're difficult things to improve. But really, they build credibility and they improve the trust between you and your customers. And trust is, as Adam said about his dog, I've got a dog and 2 cats. I really want to trust my vet. And I naturally do, because vets are far more educated than I am. But it's really nice to know the human and know that they care about my experience and they want my feedback. So it's a really good way of building your credibility. Did those in the wrong order, but it flowed better. For the next slide, Adam, sorry, I maybe should have taken over this. So how do we keep Sarah? Now we've discussed about getting Sarah to join your practice. How do we keep her coming back? So as Adam is slightly biased towards websites, I'm biased towards online booking. I think it's a really good way of keeping people coming back. If someone's a returning customer, they're likely to have wellness checkups and vaccinations and dental checkups and those kind of things. I do not want to pick up the phone and call you to do those things. They're not urgent. I don't need to do it tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I just want to be able to do it in the evening when I've remembered and your clinic is closed. And it means that I'm not gonna shop around somewhere that does let me do that. It's convenient, it's easy, it's really straightforward. And then Adam mentioned this at the start, but having a premium customer experience will definitely keep people coming back. Everyone knows that in theory, but in practice, it's tough when the phone's ringing and there's a lot of things going on. And, you know, the unsung heroes of the veterinary world, the receptionists who are always juggling a million things. If they've got a bit more free time with people directed to their website for things like opening hours or holiday closing times and those kind of things, and they're booking online, your receptionist will have much more time to actually deal with the people who really need it. I'm supposed to be clicking through these slides. Sorry. Skip forward a couple, Adam. That one and the next one. One more. Yeah. Oh, go back one. Oh, this is smooth. If anyone wants to know about smooth tech, this is the way to do it. So the last one really is leveraging digital marketing. So telling people everything that you do. So people will come back if they know you offer more, if they know they're not just bringing their dog in for their normal checkup. As Adam said, if there's other services you offer, you can talk about those. But my favorite one is offering the tips and advice outside of the routine visits. So it's really going to help you if your customers and pet parents know, for example, which Christmas plants are poisonous. If you're offering these kind of tips year round, or they know when your dental week is, or they know all of those kind of things, we think keeping in touch with them is going to keep them coming back. And it's also going to improve your experience. I was in the vet with my dog literally about a week ago, and there were 3 ladies in there taking a picture of a rotating screen that showed all the poisonous Christmas plants. And none of them knew that a poinsettia was poisonous for their cats or dogs. It's really good. It will help your team. It will help your pet parents. They're learning. It's saving you from some Christmas emergency visits, but you can do it all year round. It means that people are more likely to engage with you, come back, feel like you're the one true authority on all the things they need for their pets. And so keeping in touch, and this is where social media and emails and all of those kind of things will help with retaining your customers. I think this last slide is that it's just a little giveaway from our team to yours. We've got some team members who make these things all year round. They have things for, I'm going to keep saying Christmas, poisonous plants. They've also got like what pets shouldn't eat at Thanksgiving and uh how to look after your cat's teeth, how to make sure that your cats are microchipped, all of the things that you really want your pet parents to know. We've got tons of these. So in the follow-up email to this where there's a recording, we'll put a link to the content packs that we have and just download them. You can just download them and use them. They're free. Put it on your social media, pin it to the top, make sure people know these things are happening. Hold message script is a good one. It's a really good way of getting people to book online and stop calling you if they don't need to. Let them know they can book online. And there's a script so you don't have to think of anything yourself. So yeah, I think that's the main bulk. Yeah, we've got so I don't know if anyone's got any.
We have 2 questions. Should we answer them?
Yeah, let's see what they are before we decide who answers them.
I think they're both me.
Oh,
Well, us.
go on then.
So the first one, what are some cost-effective digital marketing strategies that can help small veterinary clinics stand out in a competitive market? All right, you got me started on this, and I'm going to talk for the next hour. Look, this is, I mean, I can tell you, I equate this to when I started Whisker Cloud. It's just one guy who owned an advertising agency. The best thing you can do is have good SEO. And I know that's like the obvious answer for me, but think about it. Like SEO, everything in life is pay for play, right? So if you search for anything, you'll see ads on Google, you'll see ads on social media. Everything is ads based, everything is pay for play. And what we do to level the playing field, especially for veterinary clinics, is just to have awesome websites with good SEO, because there's 2 types of marketing. There's money marketing, which is pay for play, and there's time marketing, which is like creating great content and doing all of those things. So can we please see an example of an optimized website? Absolutely. Man, you are all speaking my language today. So I'll pull up some websites while I'm talking. But yeah, it's like having good social media, having a good website. Those are the cost effective things you can do. Now, other things that I've recommended to vets that are friends in the past is like partner with a local shelter. I mean, seriously, we all care about animals. We all want to do good. Imagine giving 50% off spays and neuters for any pet adopted at the biggest shelter in your city. Not only are you giving back to the community and helping the homeless pet population, but those people are going to be indebted to you forever with that pet. You want to talk about like how to growth hack getting Sarah and Fluffy to find you. When Sarah goes to adopt Fluffy, and the adoption or the rescue or shelter, whatever it might be, says, by the way, we partner with this veterinary clinic. I mean, there's just so much power in that I think is really important. So I think those are some of the things. And then how do you build and maintain trust with pet owners who may not visit our clinic physically? So I'm going to pull up a website because I think this is important. And it's one that I showed off. So this is My Vet, not My Vet. I'm in California, they're in Australia, but their name is My Vet. So we've gone through so many different website builds with them, which I think is great, right? Like we don't charge them to rebuild their site as they evolve. We want to help them evolve. We want to help them grow. So this is Dr. Shirlene. That's her dog, by the way. But this is it, right? So think about it. I'm Sarah and Fluffy. I am literally, I don't have to scroll. I don't have to do anything. I am looking at this happy team. I am looking at this incredible clinic. I'm looking, look at that. That is Fluffy's view of the first visit. I mean, this is the view you get. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go here? So again, what's important for me? Click to call, click to email. It's easy to find them on social. Everything I need here, book an appointment, call us. It's all right there. They have an app. But this showcases them. This website doesn't look like it. Most other websites, they've been featured in the news. It's easy to contact them and you have everything you need. You have the hours, you have the location, you have the phone number, you have the email. But it's not just on this page. What did we talk about? We talked about like showcasing the clinic, right? Because now you get to see the team again. And even better, I get to see Dr. Shirlene Lee and I get to read about her. And I get to understand like what she's about, what she cares about, things like that. But I can also say, hey, who's the support team? Who are the nurses? Who are the people that are going to be caring for my pets? And I get to learn all about them. If I have a question based on the information on this page, I can ask the question from this page. I can ask it from any page. I have all of this information as I go through their different surgeries or any of the other services they offer. Like those are all things I want to do. So if I want to go look at, okay, what do they do for dental surgeries? I can go to that page. I can get all the information I need and I can learn about it. There's FAQs here that we help them with. And then as you scroll down, it's, I need it. You know what? Great. I have a question. Baxter hasn't had a cleaning in years, and I can ask that question. It goes right to their front desk. So, this is one example of a great site, but let's talk about Cranberry Animal Hospital. This is the one I was showing you all. So these are optimized websites, right? It's like I said, if I go to book a restaurant, what do I want? I want to be able to make a reservation or order food. It's no different than here. I've done my research. I've done all of these things. I want to book an appointment. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to click that through Vetstoria right there. And I'm going to book this appointment right there. Now, again, what did I talk about? There's two things we want to think about. One is 70% of people are on their phones when they're on websites. They're not on a computer. That's number one. Number two is they're probably not on the homepage. So I'm going to pull up a couple sites that use Vetstoria that I really like, but like this is a great example of showcasing their services. So let's say I was searching for exotic pet care and I want to learn about this. I'm on my phone. So we're going to look at this as if I'm on my phone. So what do I have here? I have the click to call at the top. I have the email. I can book the appointment right there and go right to that appointment page, but I still want to learn. I want to learn about what they do. Okay, this is everything ready to book my visit. We don't want them to get lost here. We want them to be able to book that appointment there. We want them to have our address and contact hours, ask a question. And in most cases, I want them to feel comfortable. They've met the team, they've looked at the site, and I'm a new client. I have a reptile. Doesn't really matter. With Vetstoria, you have the ability to customize all of this. And you can do this right here, select your doctor and go through the whole process of booking right on the website. So, when we talk about optimized websites, there's a few different parts of this. One is, everyone can have a pretty website, right? It's like at Whisker Club, we've built the most wild websites you've ever seen. This is a clinic here in the States that has a hospital, a hotel, a daycare, a spa, and training, everything all in one. And you can have all of these things and you can drive traffic to book a hotel stay, book a daycare stay, things like that. We have another one here in the States, Eagle Vet, same thing. Really amazing clinic. They have new client specials that we want to show off on all pages of the website. Really easy to book an appointment. And like what's great about this is it's everything Robin and I talked about today, right? Like right at the top of the page, what are the important things? The online booking, the click to call, click to text, all of this information that I can find here. And as I scroll down, these are real reviews from real clients and we update these for them. We want people to know online scheduling is super convenient as well. Always takes great care of our fur baby. Excellent veterinary care, competent, take time, staff friendly, easy to schedule appointments. You happen to start seeing that a lot, right? When clinics start using Vetstoria, they start talking about how in their reviews, it's no longer just about how great the service was. It was great. And it was also really easy to book an appointment, which I think is just really big. That is how a tool makes your clinic seem better, which is really great. So you come down here, it's like, we do a lot of stuff. We have the pet desk app. You can get reminders. You can shop our online pharmacy. You can get our services. You can see the clinic. This is an impressive clinic. It's so impressive, in fact, that they are LEED Platinum certified hotel. So they care deeply about this. Now, it's one thing to just slap this US Green Building Council 2012 thing on a site and say, yep, figure it out. Well, we don't want to figure it out. We want to actually tell people we're LEED certified. That actually means something to us. Like, this is a big deal to us. We care so deeply about this amazing clinic that we want you to know the work we've put in to make it special. And we also want you to know that we use the Pet Desk app and you can get reminders and organize your pet's notes. And we also want you to know we're hiring and you can reach out to us. So our goal is not to like set up a treasure map and sort of say, they'll find it, they'll find it. No, we don't want to do that on any page, no matter what device they're on. I want them to be able to book an appointment. I want them to be able to click that Vetstoria booking widget and book right on the spot. And if they want to learn more about lead certification or they want to learn more about specific services, that's awesome. And we want them to do that. And we want them to scroll through and learn about birds and learn about exotics and what they do. But at the end of the day, we want appointment bookings, and that's what's important to us. So, in terms of building the sites, they can be as custom as you want. We have a clinic in Chicago here just opened. This is like the bougiest vet clinic you'll ever see. You show up and they have their own wine and champagne, and they literally show it to you. These are two awesome doctors that wanted to create an experience when you bring your pet. So you can come in, have some champagne or wine, get top-notch care. You can pamper the pet and pamper yourself at the same time. So anyway, like, I think the long story short is, when we're talking about cost-effective strategies, I mean, this is a cost-effective strategy. It's really investing in the website, because this is your chance to not spend thousands of dollars a month on Google ads, but really just to be able to build something that showcases you and your offerings and your brand in a unique way that will drive traffic from SEO, things like that. And then, yeah, online booking works on mobile, works on tablet, works on desktop, and just gives you the ability to capture information on every page, right? Because, like, this is a site, I love this site, but if you look at this, they don't have a floating widget. And, when you're on your phone, does it work? Definitely. Can they book appointments? Definitely. But they don't have that. They don't have that widget that just goes with you on the journey. It follows you around. So as I'm looking around and saying, okay, well, I want to learn more. What are some of the frequently asked questions? What payments do they accept? Again, this is here for me at any given time through the journey. And I don't think enough websites do that, whether it's e-commerce websites or travel websites. I mean, this gives you the ability to follow it, which I think is really exciting. So that's why, this is just all so important to us. And that's why, the Whisker Cloud and Vetstoria team up is just such a great thing. And just to, really drive home the answer to the, how do we build and maintain trust with pet owners who have not, visited us physically? I mean, this is it, right? It's like, I want them to get a feel for what it's like here. And when they click this and they go to Vettique Tour, on your website, you can showcase what the clinic looks like inside. I mean, I want people to know what it feels like. For Spot On, they offer daycare. Well, it's one thing for me to look at these photos and say, wow, I think that's really great. It's another thing for me to be able to go to their website and say, hey, what's actually happening there? They've set up a series of cameras at their clinic so we can, so pet parents, not we, like Robin and I don't sit here and like watch it all day, in case you're all wondering that. So when they're open, they have these cameras on and you get to see the dogs playing and things like that. So we get to see, looks like right now, they're just kind of walking through. I know it's a little creepy, but it's exciting stuff. So anyway, that is how we do this. Any other questions, thoughts, feelings? I could keep showing websites for another 3 hours if everyone's got time, but I want to make sure everyone's questions get answered. And again, we've got a lot of content on vetstoria.com. So, take a look at the site. You can scan this QR code. Definitely go to the blog, go to the social pages. I mean, our goal is to just put out educational content the same way that, I would hope my vet would talk to me about my senior pet's dental care, my senior pets, how important blood work is, things like that. One of my senior Boston Terrier was just diagnosed with Cushing's. So, learning more about that's really important to me. It's the same thing. If you don't know a ton about SEO and you're still learning about reputation management and online booking, just go to the website, take a look around, a lot of great content. You can always reach out to us. We're going to send a follow-up email, but yeah, this is how you compete. I mean, you saw the reviews. It's have a great website that shows how great you are and then make it really easy for people to book appointments. I mean, that is the name of the game in everything we do.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate everyone who came today, and yeah, please reach out to us if you have any further questions. We're always here to help.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks everyone for coming and for your questions.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.